So, Lorenzo, the topic that I want to talk about, something that I think a lot about, is how do we measure the effectiveness of marketing? And I think Google Analytics has trained us. Unfortunately, it's a great tool, it's changed the world, but it's also trained us to look at conversion rates in a very specific way. So the default setting Google Analytics is visitors, which means that if you come to the website and then you come to the website the next day and you buy the product, the conversion rate is shown as 0.5%. Actually, your conversion is 100% or 50%, right? Your conversion is 100% because you're the same person.
Yeah.
And so my point is that if I'm pulling in, if I'm setting out flyers, if I'm a pizza shop and I have a kid who's putting out flyers for my pizza shop, and the flyer is wrong, and his flyer is promoting a discount on shoes, for example, and these people walk into the store and then they don't buy pizza, it's wrong for me to say that, oh, I didn't do well in my sales. I don't sell shoes. So this is a very extreme example that I'm using, but I want people to start thinking about, like, we have to like measure effectiveness of our marketing based on how, whether people reject, or essentially whether
Yeah.
when people reject our sales pitch. And I think a good analogy is to think about political parties. So here in the US, we have a two-party
Mhm.
system. When someone votes Democrat, or when someone votes Republican, what they are really doing is they are either supporting an ideology or they are rejecting an ideology. And that's a really clear signal for politicians to know that, okay, we need to change our policies if we need to get better votes. But on e-commerce, oftentimes what happens is that, first of all, we have so many people that don't buy. So we have like 96% of people that don't buy. And we have no idea as to why they didn't buy. Did they not buy because your page was not rendering properly on their phone? Did they not buy because they were just, killing time killing time, and they were just browsing the phone and they just came to your website? Like, there's a whole bunch of reasons why they didn't buy.
Yeah.
Many of these reasons we cannot control. And so it is meaningless to think about them. But what I'm most interested in are the people that were exposed to my sales pitch and rejected my sales pitch, because now I can start making tweaks to my sales pitch. So to me, that is the thing that I want. And I don't know what the point. I mean, I'm trying to think about, like, some people might listen to this and say, well, Rishi, what's the answer to the question? Well, I don't know what the answer is. The answer is depends on what your business is. It depends on how you are measuring stuff. But what I can tell you is that the default way of saying, here are all the people that walked into my website and here are units of sold sales that I made, divide the two numbers, is not the right metric for you to be measuring. Now, I think that the reason why I'm such a big fan of people either accepting or rejecting my sales pitch is because my sales pitch is what my product is all about. So Dyson might be a vacuum cleaner, but they have a very specific sales pitch. And, I want to know what people's reaction is to my sales pitch. Now, a related point to this is that the job of the copywriter is to actually get the buyer to be excited about reading the sales pitch. I'm actually not trying to like convince them of my sales pitch. I'm okay when someone reads my sales pitch and says, like, for example, if I'm selling professional shoes that have like a really soft cushion for comfort, and if someone comes to the website and says, I don't care about comfort for my professional shoes, therefore they don't buy, I think we should exclude this person from our calculation of conversion rates. The group that I'm most interested in are people that are coming to the website that say that I really want comfort in my professional shoes, but I'm still rejecting you. This is something that I can do something about. So anyway, it's a philosophical topic, and I just wanted to kind of mention this, but I think we need to spend more time thinking about what our measurement metrics are. I don't know how we can do optimization as a business, right, if we don't have those optimization metrics completely dialed in. And it's not an easy thing to do. It's complicated. You have to get lots of stakeholders involved and you have to think about it. But I think it's worth thinking about. So anyway, I don't know what your take is on this.
Yeah. First principle thinking, right? If you don't have your measurement and tracking set up correctly, you can't make decisions
Yep.
based on clean stuff, right? It's like it's step zero basically, right? So to me, it's it's like, okay, I need to get a job, right? The goal is to get a job. Okay. Like I need to talk to somebody in order to get a job, right? Like I need to talk to a company in order to get a job. The same for you want to start making decision, you need to have a tracking and measurement in place.
Correct.
Otherwise, you're not going to be able to make any data-driven decision, even though it's like, oh, it's a buzzword, whatever. So to me, it's like you measure, like you start making decisions based on what's possible to be measured. And if you don't have that in place, it's like you can't. You can't.
That's right. One of the things that I really one of the core things that I try to do for all clients is that no matter where the buyer is in the funnel, like even if they've just come to the landing page or even if they're in my category page, I start exposing them to my philosophy, my point of view, because I'm of the opinion that actually points of view matter even more than the product itself. Like the product is a manifestation of a point of view. So for example, in the case of Dyson, right, to me, the point of view that I've always remembered is when the founder said, I just want things to work properly. And to me, that's a really fucking sexy point of view. Now, once I buy into that point of view, and he then says that I sell a vacuum cleaner, I'm like, well, clearly it must work properly because he could have said, I sell running shoes. So to me, selling people on your point of view is so much more important. So I like to and to me, anyway. So anyway, it's a very interesting topic, and we'll have more discussions about this. But your product is a manifestation of your point of view. Is the point I wanted to make.
Cool. That's
Awesome.
great topic, man.
Take
Thank
care,
you.
buddy. Bye.
Oh.